Little birdie told me I need RV advice.
Get information straight from the horse's mouth.
Little birdie told me I need RV advice.
It's Just Ask Gigi with Gigi Stetler and Tom Alexander. Now here's Gigi and Tom.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Just Ask Gigi. My name is Tom Alexander, and of course, the lady on your left, I think it's
you
your
sure about
left,
that?
right? Yeah, it's Gigi.
Right now I look like I'm right on top of your head, actually.
Yeah, well, okay, well, we'll figure out how this all works eventually. We're trying a different platform today. We're on Zoom, so
Yes.
which is kind of cool. So, hi, Gigi, how you doing?
Hi, I miss you, and the red jacket is still on the wall, and I am not wearing it as we talked about.
No, we're gonna
last week.
work that jacket's gonna come your way. We gotta work that out. That's gonna happen. We want to see you in that jacket. That is,
Okay,
of course, the Usher's jacket from my dad's movie theater. That's going way back to when my grandfather had it in 1938. 1938.
That's amazing.
A long time ago. 82 years. Wow.
That's incredible, and to preserve it, it looks perfect.
It's in great shape. A quick backgrounder on that. So when we closed the theater in 1988, a guy that was a police officer in the town who got his first job as an usher came to me and said, I'd really love to have my old Usher's jacket back from when I was a kid.
Oh.
And I said, it's yours. So I gave it to him. And about 6-7 years ago, he passed. And
No.
his wife contacted me and said, he wanted you to have the Usher's jacket back. He knows how much it meant to your family. So I'm like, so he said
awesome.
that his wife not only sent it back, but had it dry cleaned and then sent it back. So it's in wonderful condition. It's been hanging on the wall there ever since I got
That's
it.
awesome. He didn't die in the jacket, did he?
Oh gosh, no. No, but no,
He could be if he did die in the jacket. Actually, people are, I'm superstitious. I have like certain things,
Sure.
and riding horses is dangerous, and I have fallen a few
Right.
times, and my trainer would always be, you better burn that jacket, you better burn those pants, because it's unlucky that you fell, you got to burn them. And I was like, no, but I didn't break anything. They protected me, so they're the luckiest pants and jacket I have. So
would you say in general are horse people, equestrians and all that, is it like are they superstitious in general?
I don't know if it's just horse people. I mean, I
know a lot of sports people are,
I mean, they have like a routine sometimes, like before they go in the ring, they'll chug some water, or they'll do this or say that, or put their crop on their left hand, not their right hand. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's sort of a superstition. Baseball. A lot of old-time baseball players won't step on the foul line as they leave the field. There's all kinds of superstitious activity in sports. So that's why I'm asking about.
I actually only have like one main one that was kind of instilled in me. Never pass the salt.
Never pass the
Always
salt.
put the salt down. If you're going to pass it to somebody, you put it down and let the person pick it up.
Let it pick up. And what's the thinking behind that? Don't you know?
I don't really know, but it was a message to me. It was someone close to me, and he, made billions and billions of dollars. He was very wealthy and very, very smart, very educated.
Right.
And it was something that he always did. I remember when he handed me salt one day, and I reached for it, and he smacked me. Smacked my hand.
Really?
And and he's like, always said, put it down. But he's also a guy that had voodoo dolls and would stick pins in people. I found that out later. So I don't know, but
wow.
You know what, he was, I guess, there's luck comes in very various packages or whatever, and he might have made a lot of money, but he died alone. So I don't know, but I guess I've made up my own, and my other superstitions, and this one actually did kind of came real for me. I since I was old enough to drink, people always ask me whatever made me motivated to want to build a big company and be an entrepreneur and do all of these things. Mm-hmm. And I drank my first glass of Dom Perignon champagne and $300 a tin caviar when I was probably 17. And this taste of that champagne and that caviar gave me the drive to be able to afford that. And I always had that metaphor about climbing the 10,000 feet. Yeah. So it's always given me that, I never settle. So every year on New Year's, no matter how broke I was, no matter what, I couldn't pay the rent or whatever, I would scrape the money up and I would buy that bottle of champagne and that tin of caviar every New Year's. Done it forever since I was, 18.
Wow. And so, like, what's his name? Robin Leach, what is it? Champagne dreams and caviar. Yeah, whatever the heck.
Yeah, but it's true because, if you have a champagne taste and a beer pockets or whatever. Yeah. But right. In order to have, champagne taste and champagne pockets, you have to dream it, but you can't dream it and live it unless you live it. So you've got to really want it. And anyway, it's always been a way to give me something to work for. So I did this for so long. So in 2007, and I was actually at the highlight of our dealership. Okay, we had just grossed over $20 million in sales, and we were on top of the world. We were the number one dealer in the country, and everything was great. Well, working so much, it was New Year's Eve, and I didn't get to the store to buy my normal champagne and caviar, so I bought a cheaper bottle of champagne and I bought store-bought caviar, and we crashed. I actually crashed my car on the way to work January 2nd. Oh, man. January 1st, we got robbed and someone broke the fence down and stole all the TVs out of all the RVs and stole our generator, our big generator. That was January 1. January 2, while I was driving to work, a ladder fell off the back of a truck and I crashed the car. So that was just the beginning of the 2008 crash that I
like a real chain of events that's not good.
Yeah, so 2008 I had like one of my worst years ever. So, financially and everything. So anyway, needless to say, my staff, after we've, picked ourselves back up, my staff is now, and my friends, make sure that I leave early enough to go get that caviar and that Dom Perignon, because it affects other people around me. So I'm obsessed with it. So even if I go to a restaurant, I bring my own bottle and my tin of caviar, and I open it and I share it with everybody. It's not even if I don't drink it, all by myself, but I share it and I pass it around. So the more people that I give it to, the more people I spread that wisdom and that, anyway. So that
sharing the wealth, right? I mean, in a manner of speaking.
Even if I don't have it, it's you got to have that dream. You got to dream big. So anyway, Absolutely. That's my superstitious story.
That's all right. Nothing wrong with dreaming big. It's a big thing these days. Dreaming big might be we certainly always try to maintain great aspirations, but some of them are just shelved for a little bit so we can take care of people, because I think that's priority one right now, and that's certainly what the RV Advisor is doing and the RVACA. And when we come back from this break, we're going to talk about everything that's been going on. And we have also some testimonials, wonderful success stories that we want to share. So we're going to take a quick break. This is Just Ask Gigi. She is Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. Back in a moment.
The most experienced RV traveler knows it's important to expect the unexpected. Trust the RV Advisor Roadside Assistance Plan, starting at just $99 per year. It's the industry's most affordable plan and offers the most value compared to competitors, covering RVs, towed vehicles, personal vehicles, horse trailers, bike trailers, and more. Visit thervadvisor.com or call 833-229-0911. The RV Advisor Roadside Assistance Plan. Don't hit the road without it.
We are back on Just Ask Gigi along with Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander. And Gigi, we've gotten some wonderful requests, and many of those requests fulfilled at the rvaca.org. And it's if you go to the success stories page, you can see these for yourself. But I want to just read a couple that have come through. It's we got a note from a gentleman named Ernest Lowe, and he says, "Hello, I'm a registered nurse who works at Boulder Community Health in Boulder, Colorado. I have a wife and a 4-year-old son at home. I've become increasingly concerned that as I care for more COVID-19 patients, I'm undoubtedly increasing the risk of transmitting the virus to my family. And I do not want to be the reason my family suffers, so I am currently looking for other places to stay. I'm willing to stay by myself or with another health worker. I will take what is available. Thank you for your time and consideration." And why don't you finish the story?
I got that request among a lot of requests, but I got that request. And, we talked about that last week. We were going to launch that on RVACA about, getting RVs for isolation and quarantine. And I'm not waiting around for donations because, if we do that, more people will die. And the amount of phone calls that I had and requests are people are contemplating, do I quit my job? Do I take medical leave? We can't have these healthcare workers make a decision and walk off the job, or we're going to be in serious trouble.
Right.
So just about everybody that we did help so far. And we started this process on Friday of last week. And I believe to date right now, as of yesterday, I think we've got 8 happy healthcare workers so far. And if you want to just read a couple of thank yous, whatever, because I'm so proud to be part of this. And like I said, we don't wait for donations. And actually the ones that were out of my area, I paid for rentals from other dealers with my personal credit card because that's what has to happen. So
no, it's amazing. And I'll share a quick story with you that we spoke with someone on the podcast today. We recorded someone on our podcast, which will be coming up in just a few days. As we share our podcasts every Monday and Thursday, but I spoke with a gentleman from Sylvan Sport today. He's the CEO there. His name is Tom Dempsey. And he's on the front lines in a manner of speaking as well, in a sense that they've converted their factory into providing masks, setting them up. And sending them out and distributing. So they're making them and distributing to awesome. The folks on the front line. What an awesome thing. I mean, it's just incredible. And, we talked about the idea of the whole nation mobilizing way back in World War II. We actually had that conversation. And, where factories are doing all kinds of things to help the effort. And we're seeing that again. We're seeing people that have factories that make one line of things, and they're helping in an entirely different area just to support the people that are on the front lines in the medical world.
It is, it's so nice to see that our communities and our country coming together. So, not divided. Right. It's great. I mean, there are some people that'll sit around and do nothing. And then there are so many more that are just, what can we do? Bored at home or whatever, use your thinking caps and, of figuring out how to help. I know we're all supposed to stay home and figure something out, and help out.
I've heard more people say, we're so lucky that, lucky might not be the right word, but we're fortunate in a sense that when this thing did hit, we do have so many ways of mobilizing from home because of all the technology. This happened 20 years ago. It would be a lot harder, a lot more difficult to get the word out and communicate and send things and everything else. We had some stuff, but not like we have today. Let me continue with another.
Please.
Cynthia Laird writes, "It was a pleasure speaking with you on the phone. Thank you for supporting healthcare workers that are on the front line fighting the war with the corona. Welcome to Camp COVID. Here's the awesome trailer that was donated to me by the RVACA, a nonprofit group who provides temporary housing for people in the midst of disaster. And it goes on, but it's just amazing, you know, that
makes my day. Those kind of stories make my day. I've always, making people's day, making people's lives, it makes me whole. So, it's all about that. Yeah,
it is all about that. And Janice Hart, on behalf of Joshua, that's her son. My son Josh is a healthcare worker. He lives with me and my husband. We are both high-risk elderly people with pre-existing health conditions. We've heard this a lot.
Yeah.
Josh is the one who would need to be isolated from us, so not to spread the virus to us. Should he pick it up at work? He gets it at work. If that's the case, this is where he works with info pertaining to their admission of COVID patients, and then she attached a link there. So it goes on to say, hey, GiGi, Jim Parched, mispronouncing that probably, just delivered, and apologies, just delivered the trailer. It is awesome. We are so grateful to you for this service. It is much needed. May God bless you and keep you and your family safe, and our son Josh. So boy, that's it just keeps going. Yeah. And one more, Megan McLeod, I believe it's pronounced. Megan. Hello, I saw that you recently helped my coworker Cindy, we heard from earlier, with her living situation to keep her family safe during these scary times. I am a trauma resuscitation nurse, which basically means I deal with patients as soon as they get to the emergency room with life-threatening traumatic injuries. I moved home to be with my mom about 2 years ago to help her with her worsening medical problems. She takes daily oral medication to suppress her immune system and receives monthly infusions. I am very scared that if I'm putting her at risk by simply doing my job, but I have nowhere else to live. It would also give me great peace of mind to be close if something were to happen to her. If you could assist me in finding an RV/camper, I would be forever grateful. I have been searching the web and calling dealers without luck.
I love it. I think by the time she called me, I think she had a camper. I think she did make a response, but I believe I got her an RV there that same day within 2 hours of my conversation with her. Yeah.
Yeah. So, boy, geez. Hey, can you work on that time? I mean, can you beat that time? It's like a marathon. 2 hours. How the heck did you pull that off?
Well, luckily she was only an hour and a half away from me, and my son actually, I had just picked up a rental that was finished, and he quickly picked that up. We turned it around, cleaned it, and brought it back to her. So it worked out. My son had it to her, I said, literally within 2 hours of me talking to her. So that makes me feel so good. And her mother actually texted me, and which I've never talked to the mother, but her mother texted me on my way home last night, and she goes, I'm the mother of the girl that you just helped, and I can't tell you how thankful you possibly have saved my life and maybe others. So
well, you know what, it's amazing, and we're so happy to see all these folks benefit, and how can you not love it? But
our bank account may not be so happy, but my heart is full. So my heart is full, and that's all that matters,
It does. But you know what? Guess what, folks? You can help too. And if you go to the rvaca.org, you can help us continue the mission. There's a place to donate, and we looked, and a few donations have come in, but we need more. We need a lot more, to be quite frank, right, Gigi?
Yeah, we could actually, I'm gonna start a Facebook page, but for right now, we started another site called RVs for Needs. Mm-hmm. So where I can kind of match RVs up with people that need them throughout the country, since people may not be camping for a while. So if you have an RV and you're willing to donated for 30 days or 45 days or something like that, I would love to put you directly in touch with the needs of a healthcare worker. That would be awesome. And I can help out with all the logistics and stuff like that. So RVs for needs. So I kind of came up with that in my sleep, because it's not just, coronavirus needs. We need it. There's, I'm now having cancer patients writing in, and that's another whole story, of needs, because they need to be isolated right now because they're getting kicked out of the hospital.
Yeah.
So,
and part of the problem is that, what we're dealing with here is anyone with any kind of pre-existing condition is automatically at greater risk.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, like you said, there's so many COVID patients coming into the hospitals, like there's just not enough room. It's people are being sent home that probably shouldn't be sent home under normal circumstances.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's a huge problem, folks. But these RVs are helping to alleviate some of those problems. But we really could use your help. And if you go to the rvaca.org, that's the rvaca.org, you can donate, you can help out. Any amount helps. Every little bit.
Or your RV.
Or your RV. If you've got an RV that you're able to provide for a period of time until we get through this, man, that would be.
Yeah, if you do have an RV that you have available for 30 days to 45 days, you just, send us a submission form, and then just kind of tell us where you are, where you're located,
Right.
city, state. And then if I have a request in that, within 25 miles, you'd have to deliver it and set it up. But, if I have a request within that, it's kind of like matchmaking, so I could fulfill those needs too as well. So that would be awesome. And then I could also give you, if you're donating your RV, whatever the local rental rate is, I can give you a tax credit letter so that
Right.
you can deduct that off your income tax,
Right.
as a donation.
Yeah, no, that's true. And so whatever you can do is awesome. Every bit helps. Every bit helps. So that's it for this week on Just Ask Gigi. We covered what we wanted to cover. And listen, again, as we've been saying here for the last few weeks now, please follow the rules, stay safe, stay well, just do everything you're supposed to do.
Stay home.
Stay home. Stay home. All right. So for Gigi Stetler, who I love doing this with, it's a blast. Have a good rest of your day. My name's Tom Alexander. This is Just Ask Gigi. We'll see you next time. So long, everybody.
Bye.